Hello, all tab listeners. I have a little message for all the watchers on YouTube. There has been a little bit of a recording bug through Riverside FM. We were only able to get the cloud recording instead of the local recording, so the quality might not be up to par of this episode. So we do apologize. There's nothing we could do on our end. We contact us support. So enjoy the episode, and once again, we do apologize for the poor quality. Official podcast.
Official podcast. You gonna open it?
Boom. Beep. Unfold. Then I can watch. All right, guys. Welcome back to the Alt-Tab podcast. This is episode 5 of season 2, or episode 31, if you want to go by the amount of episodes. Wait, is it 31 or 32? 31, right?
Should be 31, but yeah, this is episode 31.
All right. Yeah, this is episode 31. So every time we upload, it might be a little bit confused. We're always going to have the total amount of episodes on the thumbnail, and then in the title, I'm going to do the season and the episode that follows through it, so that you can kind of like segment it, or don't. But yeah, welcome back. I hope you guys enjoyed the last episode with our third member. If you haven't listened or watched, that was a good episode. So go ahead and watch. Squiddy liked it. He said
Squiddy did like it. Yeah.
Yeah. Said he liked it. So, yeah, this week, it'll be much more of the same. It's just two of us, but we'll talk about obviously different things. Shit, did I forget something?
No,
Every 3 p.m. Eastern, dude.
Wednesday. And then just make sure to hit that like button.
Yeah, we're back on Google Podcasts, so you can do that.
There we go.
I didn't do any of the other platforms.
Oh, okay. No, but yeah, Squiddy did say he did like the podcast. He said that he liked the NFL section a lot.
I
don't know if he told you
that, dude. He didn't tell me shit.
Yeah, so he messaged me this morning.
He messaged you, gotcha.
He messaged me this morning, yeah. And I asked him, I was like, I appreciate it, but also leave those comments on the YouTube video, because that might actually help the algorithm see that we get traction comments, and they might, show it a little off more. But yeah, I asked like what about the NFL section that he liked, but he said that he liked the flow of the three of us like throughout the entire podcast. But when the NFL section came along, it added more humor. Because like with you not knowing the NFL, and then also the fact that you don't use yards.
Yeah, he made fun of my 60 yards. That's what he commented. I said I liked it, and he said lol 60 yards. I was like, fuck you.
Yeah, so that's when he thought it was funny, because like me and Rath's reaction to you saying 60, and
yeah. Whatever, dude.
But yeah, I feel like he could have joined us today, but he said he mentally wasn't in it.
That's fun. We could plan more with him. I feel like maybe we should avoid a little bit more of an impromptu guest.
Oh yeah,
because Wrath we had like last minute. So I think he'll be better if he had more time.
Okay. So I do have a game for us that we'll do like in the middle. All right. You know that game to where we both think of a word, and we try to like guess the same word at the same time. We try to see if we're on the same wavelength.
We're synced. Oh shit.
Yeah, so we're gonna do that later. Okay. But yeah, I mean, what you got to start off the podcast with?
Yeah, to start off, I wanted to ask a question. All right, fucking serious question. So buckle up. No.
Okay.
All right. So, question to ask: what do you think about time-gated events, items / activities? So, for example, this is in the context of video games. So, for example, like New World, there's crafting timer. I guess Pal World. It's probably not the best example of when you do those like cave dungeons or like boss dungeons, right? There's an hour timer. Fuck, I should have thought of more examples, but like that.
Like
what
the
do you
eggs? The
yeah,
eggs
what do you
in
think
Power
about
Up?
like what just like those devs? I guess like gatekeeping. I guess time gatekeeping those things from players.
Um, I hate it and I love it, honestly, because if they didn't have it in there, everybody would just get through the entire content really, really fast. I mean, you could do it anyway because even though devs usually put in that stuff, not on New World, but I'm thinking about like Power World or like Arc, you know, they put in those time restraints, but then also too, you can change the settings to make them go faster. But as a player, I hate the fact that I have to wait for that stuff. It makes it feel like I'm playing Clash of Clans, and it's like I want it and I want it now because you know I spent money on this and I should be able to have it when I want it.
Mm-hmm.
But also too, I do understand the fact that as devs they want to keep players on the game because one, you know, it's all about the numbers, and so it's like if you have to wait 2 days for something to be built, you're going to get on every day to check it and maybe do something here and there, and you're adding to the numbers of the game. So I can see why they do it, but as a consumer, I don't like it.
Do you think it's like it's a lazy solution for devs to keep the, like you said, player retention?
Yeah, I think it's just because a lot of the times now games aren't completed. We rarely get a game that's completed. Ever since Fortnite, everything's early access. I mean, there was early access before Fortnite, but I feel like since Fortnite came out, early access has been a huge thing. And we rarely get a game that's fully completed, and I feel like they do that so that way they can stall time to create more content to then finally, when it's time for like, oh, well, now I've done everything. Well, guess what? We have more stuff for you. And it's like, bam, and now you're time gated again. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So.
No, I think, I think a New World is a pretty good example with time getting resources. They like, you can craft like, okay, you're in the end game. You can craft maybe like 1 or 2 things, sometimes per week, and it's like that's like the main complaint for New World players, that they just time gate everything super hard. And obviously that's to keep player attention.
Mm-hmm.
And they can't. They also have a bad track record of just releasing content. They always seem to fall behind. I have no idea why. Yeah. But I don't know why, but they also get made fun of a lot because their entire dev team is like, quote unquote, like boomers. Yeah, I thought that was interesting. What do you think? How do I explain it? What do you think is like the pro and cons between like a large game company versus like an indie developer?
Like the differences between the two?
I guess what
I feel like
what makes indie studios better and what makes big studios better, and then what
executives.
Yeah.
I definitely feel like with a AAA studio, they have to appeal to more people compared to a smaller studio that doesn't really have many board members or a lot of people that they have to refer to. I feel like too, with the smaller companies, they can take more risks and they can get more innovative with what they want to build compared to AAA. Like the bigger studios, I feel like bigger studios, they kind of stick to what works. And also too, because they got to worry about investors, they got to worry about board members, they got to do all that stuff. And so they're a little bit more building with like one hand tied behind their back kind of thing.
Yeah. That always sucks.
Yeah.
It's like the top people, you don't get the creative freedom.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, I guess that's like all creative companies that are really big. You never have that creative freedom unless like your leader is great.
Unless you're Fortnite, I feel like they kind of do what they want to do because they know that like they can, and because of that, like they're getting more people investing in them. And they're able to bring out more crazy stuff. Excuse me.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I have no proof, but like maybe the big problem with it is like a lot of people are in this industry and they don't know their player base.
Mm.
Like they don't try to understand the game. They just want numbers.
Yeah.
So that's kind of annoying.
It.
Yeah. All right. Last question. How do you think AI can be used in video games going forward? Or do you think it should be used?
I feel like AI should be used in RPG games. One, because with AI, they can constantly create more quests within the system, right?
Yeah.
So they have someone to generally create quests, and then maybe two, maybe like update the world. Like if the AI is able to like slowly update the world as it goes through, or maybe hell expand the world really. And then also two, they should be more AI in like enemies, so that way every time you play it's different. So that way it's not always the same enemy and this enemy does the exact same stuff, but it's something that adapts and learns to you and how you play, and they change it. You know, and I feel like
yeah, that'd be crazy. There was like a concept in this anime called Sword Art Online, and it's basically it's a full dive virtual reality. I won't get into that though, but I thought it was interesting because they use artificial intelligence, but it's so advanced that it's like almost like an exact replica of like another human being. And they basically use like AI so that people can play the game and be more realistic when you're, I guess, killing NPCs and other enemies.
That's
Do you think it'll ever get that far? Because that's like, then you start to question like the morals and the ethics, if they're like virtually the same. Because the more we use AI, like obviously the more it's going to get advanced. It's not going to just stagger. Yeah. I guess like sentient. I feel like that's a bit far fetched.
Yeah, I feel like they shouldn't. Like they're starting to make AI sentient. Like I think there was I saw an article where like a robot or like a AI saw itself for the first time and it freaked out. Like they showed itself in the mirror and it was just like, it just freaked out. But yeah, I feel like they should probably stop at the sentient part. They should probably have it to where like you still have to put commands in, but it does everything for you. You know what I mean?
Yeah. That'd be crazy in the game though.
Yeah.
Like I don't know how. Like I would view gaming very differently if that did come to.
If it just pretended to be like a human being.
Yeah, and you're playing like a story game and you have like full autonomy.
Yeah. It'd make it more realistic, but I feel like AI should definitely like play more of the NPC characters for sure.
Like have
more, more free reign when it comes to that. And then also too, I feel like they need to make. It'd be dope to make a game to where you start off with like kind of like Minecraft, right? Like Minecraft is procedural as you go past the barriers.
Yeah.
That's how RPG games should be, and like have AI kind of do that. Like, you know, devs can make their map how they want to make it, but then like once you go past that, AI should generate the rest of it based on what you've already seen so far in the game. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so that way, like it adds on to a world. I feel like AI should definitely be used to make worlds in games. And NPCs.
Yeah, that'd be tough in like MMORPGs. I feel like they'd have a lot of server issues.
Yeah, especially I feel like if anything, just like a solo,
like a sandbox. Yeah, sandbox it works very well, like Minecraft.
Yeah, like those survival like crafting games. I feel like AI would work best in those, and then AI would work best in like first person shooters to be, you know, campaign AI that way. And then also too, if you just wanted to face bots, it could just play as AI.
Yeah, I feel like AI would be cool. They just gotta. I feel like the biggest thing with games is like when enemies have bad AI, it just kind of like throws you off.
Yeah.
Like what is it? The Forest, that has really good AI, or just NPC interaction.
Mhm.
Like they adapt to certain things and how you play the game. But I don't know. I feel like people care less about it now of how they react. It's not like a selling point of a game nowadays.
Yeah, that's true.
So that kind of sucks. But I don't know. Maybe AI is dying in gaming. Maybe AI is just going to a different like realm. But
I feel like if anything, it should stay in at least like sandbox survival crafting.
yeah,
Those AIs would be dope because I mean it'd be nice to have like adaptive, like in Enshrouded, like those mobs should definitely be more adaptive. It'd be a lot harder.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah,
And
the AI fights in that game is not crazy.
yeah.
They get
Some of
pretty
them
easy
are,
after
but,
a while. Some of them
yeah.
are, but it's not like I don't think you die more than like 10 times to the same enemy.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's crazy. Fucking Nvidia released Chat GPT for your graphics card. So those that own like the 3000 series and above, you have your own AI installed in your graphics card, and you could talk to it. So instead of like it being on the web, it's like on your graphics card, because your graphics card already has AI, and now they created like a chat system with it. I don't know how to use it, but apparently it's like free, and you can talk to your, like, people are saying you can quote unquote talk to your computer.
Wait, how? I want to do it.
I don't know what it's called. I think it's let's see, NVIDIA AI. It has create a personalized AI chatbot with chat with RTX, or NVIDIA's chat with RTX. Oh god, that's loud. Yeah, try it now. Chat with RTX. You want me to send you a link?
Dang, no, I see
it. Yeah. And the system requirement is 3000 series and above, so you can use it.
Do it.
Yeah, I don't know how good it'll be, but I know there's a lot of people that like make content around AI. Like they just, when you need ideas, you know, there's a lot of controversy in that.
Oh, that is true, right? You can just ask it. Like,
you can just ask, and they give you like, like, I think it's a good like way to brainstorm, just to get you off your feet. Yeah. Obviously, like using the whole thing, it might take the creative out of it, but there's people that make a living on TikTok of just making like AI content, which is crazy.
I started noticing on TikTok to where certain videos will have a tag at the bottom saying AI generated.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and I clicked on it, and I guess some creators, TikTok now has an algorithm or some system that detects if videos have been edited by AI. Yeah.
Oh, shit.
If it's AI generated or if it was AI edited.
Yeah, like most videos you see on TikTok where there's captions and then there's fucking like the main video and then it's chopped in half and there's like some satisfying like sand cutting. Those are all AI. Like it's just generated captions. Like if you look closely at the captions, it's not like all 100% correct. But they just like pump those out. It's like a bunch of like anonymous people, and they make a lot of money. A lot of money.
I think that's why TikTok changed their like payout systems.
Yeah.
And they changed their payout systems. It's not as much as it used to be.
Damn. Yeah.
Gotta ruin it for the rest of us. Like, how do I download this?
You just download it, dude. It says download now.
Oh.
Yeah, so it's cool. Like it uses your GPU power to do.
I don't know why. Like, why would it use that?
Because it's just like you like, I don't know.
Well,
that's what like NVIDIA. I feel like that's like what NVIDIA is known for, though. Is like neither advanced AI. That's why their like stock is super high, or they pull ahead like everyone.
Yeah,
like AMD and Intel. Intel's making their graphics cards. Supposedly it's really good.
Now, right?
Yeah, Intel Arc series. I bought one, and then it was like really fucking laggy, so I sent it back. And then 3 months later, they like made an update where they had a 700% performance increase. I'm like, damn.
Should have just kept it.
I got my RTX 40. That's better.
Oh, system requirements is Windows 11. I can't use it.
Damn, you gotta get in Windows 11, bro.
Boo.
I have 11 right now. It's fine.
Okay, maybe not.
You just gotta get used to the UI, but it's usable. It's definitely usable. It's not bad.
I have Windows 11 on my Ally.
I guess you can install it on that.
Oh yeah, I can. No, I can't. It doesn't have. 30,
it doesn't have the graphics
series.
card.
Yeah,
You can't bypass that. Just upgrade to 11, dude.
Yeah, I gotta pay for that, dude.
Wait, you gotta pay for it?
Don't you gotta pay for Windows 11?
No, if you have Windows 10, it's free.
Boy, don't lie to me.
No, I'm not lying to you. Did you pay for the Windows 10 subscription? Or not subscription? Did you pay for Windows 10?
I mean, I had to pay for the OS when I got the PC.
Yeah, if you pay for the standalone OS, the future upgrades are all free.
All right, where do I upgrade to? Anyway, back to the podcast.
Yeah.
I'll figure this out afterwards. What else you got?
I mean, I have my segment, but I don't. Do you want me to get into it right now?
Depends what your segment about.
It's a more of like a recommendation than anything.
Oh. Because I'll give you a little update. We don't have to talk about No Man's Sky, but I was just gonna say No Man's Sky had an update.
Yeah, it keeps popping off. They're just pumping out content. They're like, fuck everyone.
It's called Omega. So it's actually free to, it's free to play. So basically, you can download No Man's Sky if you don't have it, and you can play. If you download it, you can play the Omega Expedition. You can play the Omega Expedition this weekend. So,
bro, what is happening?
You crash again?
No, my shit's not uploading. I mean, it's recording, right? Yeah, it is. All right, I think we're good.
Okay. Yeah, it shows you recording. So yeah, No Man's Sky came out with an update. I have first and goal to talk about the Super Bowl. Just kind of recap what happened at the Super Bowl. We got borrowed knowledge. We can talk about our campaign.
Oh shit.
You've already reacted to the halftime show. There's WWE stuff I can talk about still with the whole Rock situation with him coming back. And then also to my Madam Web reaction. You have to tell me what that video said.
I didn't watch the video.
Mother, you sent it to me, and literally a minute later, I go to click on it, and it's like deleted.
Oh, it's deleted? Really?
Yeah, I couldn't see it.
Oh, it's still there. I watched a little bit. He was just shit talking Madam Web.
Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'll go over Madam Web reaction now. We did watch it. I gave it a 5.5 out of 10.
Wow, that's high.
It's not the worst movie. It's better than Morbius.
Okay.
So it was better than Morbius.
Like story wise?
Just overall movie. Better than Morbius. Story wise was fine. The movie was short, and so they kind of like went through everything kind of fast. I like the little Easter eggs to Spider-Man. That's cool, and then also too, I mean the cast is beautiful, so they weren't bad to look at.
Guys, is just behind you. The fuck you say?
No, but no, yeah. I mean, it's not the greatest movie, right?
Oh, of course not.
It's probably the better Sony movie. Like,
think it's better than Venom, first Venom?
Yeah. I think it's on par. It's on par with the first Venom. It's not better than the second Venom.
No, second Venom was ass.
Morbius. I like second Venom. Huh?
It was all right. I liked it for like just watching a superhero movie, but
I liked it for Woody Harrelson.
Fair. Yeah, Red Carnage was cool. Red Carnage is Carnage. Carnage was cool.
Madam Web was okay. I did like the fact that there's, spoilers if you haven't seen it.
Spoil me. I ain't gonna watch that shit.
If you don't want to see it, just fast forward to the next section. I'm pretty sure we have
time markers.
So bypass the Madam Web if you don't want to know spoilers. So Ben, I should have waited a little bit. So Ben Parker is in it, Uncle Ben. He's played by Adam Scott. So he's Cassie Webb, who is the
Okay.
girl. That's her partner. They're paramedics. And yeah, so there's little like comments here and there. It's like, oh man, if only he knows, because like they're driving an ambulance and she's driving super fast, and he's like, the last time I was in a crazy vehicle like this, I was getting shot at, and he's talking about when he was in war. He was in the war.
Mm-hmm.
And she was like, oh, come on. She was like, you gotta be better than that. She's like, you never been shot in Queens before? Kind of alluding to the fact that, Uncle Ben gets shot in Queens. You also get to meet Mary Parker, who is Peter Parker's mom.
Okay.
And she's pregnant with Peter Parker. Never really says Peter's name. So that's how they like allude to it. So you hear Mary Parker, you hear Richard. Richard's off in somewhere. Mary doesn't know where he's at. Ben, he tells Cass, he's like, hey, I met somebody. And she's like, oh, really? She was like, what's her name this time? And he just kind of looks at her, never says her name, but it's May. Aunt May.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, so it's like little things like that. It was cool. They had to do reshoots in January for this movie because they changed the timeline. Because originally it was going to be set in the 90s, and they wanted to have Andrew Garfield Spider-Man for that to be Andrew Garfield Spider-Man timeline. But they changed it to 2003, so that way it's Tom Holland's timeline.
Oh, right.
And so that's like lines up with Tom Holland's Spider-Man.
Yeah.
But yeah, the movie's okay. They have the villain who has spider-like abilities. She has abilities as well, but she's not a spider-like person. She has no super strength or speed. She has the ability to get premonitions, so she can see the future. And so she uses that to help the three girls that are there, because Homeboy also has visions as well. He's cursed with being able to see his death. And so he sees his death, and he sees the three people that kill him. And so he's like, I gotta kill them before they kill me. Yeah, so basically he's trying to cheat death. So he like hires a person to like look for them, but obviously she's like, you describe them in your dream, we'll de-age them 10 years. And so it's like they're trying to find them, and they're teenagers basically. So it's like this guy's gonna kill them like super, super far in the past. And so, yeah, that's what ends up happening. And then she starts having premonitions, and she tries to save them. And that's pretty much the movie.
So they all have powers?
They don't have powers yet. The girls don't have powers yet.
In the movie, they don't?
In the movie, they don't. But in the future, when they kill that guy, they're all Spider Women.
So they all get bit by spiders?
At some point in time, yeah, they get powers.
Okay.
But yeah, there's spiders that are like in Peru, because that's where like her mom was looking for spiders, and there was like a myth to where it's like there's spider people basically in Peru that have all been bitten by those spiders, and they can like climb and do all that stuff. And
yeah,
the bad guy was a mercenary working for the mom as like a bodyguard protector. Once she found the spider, he kills her, takes the spider, and that's how he's cursed. They're not able to save the mom, but she gives birth to Cassie, and so they like had the spider bite the mom while she was still giving birth, and they kind of like that's how Cassie got her powers. But yeah, it's just little things here and there, and it's crazy at the fact that like Cassie spends the entire time trying to change the future to save people. But in the end, like at the end of the movie, Mary gives birth to Peter, and the girls are like talking to Cassie in the hospital bed. And she's like, they say the baby's doing great, and Uncle Ben loves, Ben loves being an uncle. He gets to have all the fun and none of the responsibility. And she's like, that's what he thinks. Yeah, that's what he thinks so far, given the fact that like Uncle Ben's going to take care of Peter later, right? But it's like she knows what's going to happen to Peter's parents, and she never tries to stop it. You know what I mean?
Oh.
And like she spent the entire movie trying to change the future to stop that from happening.
Huh.
And so it's like, that's fucked.
That is fucked. The fuck?
And then also too, the fact that like she knows that Uncle Ben's going to end up dying when he's older, and so it's like she's not going to stop that either. But I guess it ties into, have you seen Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, the second movie?
I saw the first one.
Yeah, never mind then.
You can spoil it. I don't care about spoilers. I'll watch it at some point, but
they say a thing in the second movie to where there's a fixed point in time for each Spider-Man, and like that's supposed to like define them as Spider-Man. And so it's like their fixed point is like Uncle Ben dying, sort of thing, kind of thing. You know what I mean? And so, yeah.
So if he didn't die, he wouldn't be Spider-Man?
Pretty much.
Okay.
But yeah. So that was my Madam Web reaction. It was okay. Wasn't the greatest. I'll give it a 5.5.
Probably come out for rent real quick because it's not going to do well box office.
It is not, no. It's getting bad reviews and...
I wonder what the weekend... Wait, when did it come out?
But see, what sucks too is that we're in that day and age to where everyone shits on everything. You know what I mean?
That's true. But you can... I feel like you can shit on a bad movie, though.
Well, yeah, you can shit on a bad movie, but I feel like people will say it's bad if they haven't even seen it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like... Yeah, because I've seen some of the reviews. People are like, "It's a horrible movie. This shouldn't have even been made," and yada yada yada. Like, no, like, come on, like, calm down. Like, it's not that bad. But
Madam Web did $6 million at 4,000 theaters.
Damn. Also, too, Madam Web's it's not necessarily a well-known comic book for Spider-Man. You know?
Maybe I'm not reading this right.
What do you mean?
Oh, never mind. There's a Bob Marley movie, apparently.
Oh, yeah.
I guess that kind of overshadowed Madam Web. So that did $14 million on Valentine's Day.
I can see it.
Yeah, it looks like Madam Web, they're definitely not going to make their money back.
No.
Which is unfortunate.
Budget was $80 million.
So Sony just going to keep pumping out this, like, whatever like material they have until like they run out.
I mean, they
like eventually surrender it to fucking Disney. Like, I don't get it, man. Like these, like they know like it's not gonna do well, right? And it's not even a cash grab because they're not making their money back.
Yeah,
maybe they're really trying to be in the game, piece of the pie, you know.
Also, too, there wasn't a end credit scene at all.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah.
No setup? Ooh,
nothing at all.
That's a bad look.
Yeah.
But yeah, you're right. There's always a negative connotation with just the general media with anything.
Yeah.
Which sucks. And it does affect you a little bit because like you're part of the general network as well. So it's like when everyone's shitting on it, like you kind of feed off that energy. But I try not to, but I know Madam Web is like a subpar movie. But I'll watch it. I like superhero movies, so I'll watch it. I'm sure it's great just to watch. You know?
Yeah, if you want to just eat popcorn and drink a soda.
Turn off your brain. Yeah.
Yeah. Good. But yeah, that's all I really got to say about Madam Web.
5 out of 10, 5.5 out of 10.
5.5 out of 10. Yeah.
Okay. How would you divide that in terms of like story, cinematics? I guess just those two, like VFX.
Out of that 5.5,
Yeah, I would just split that.
story's probably a 2
Damn.
out of that 5.5. VFX is probably also a 2 out of that 5. The attractiveness of the cast, a 1. Mainly just Dakota Johnson and Sydney Sweeney, those two. Actually, actually, they're all pretty in their own right.
No comment.
A 0.5 on the 0.5 on the Easters, or the little like nods towards Spider-Man.
Mm. You know, I saw in the Man on Web ads on TikTok, and it's all just Sydney Sweeney. It's like 3 reasons to watch Madam Web, and these are like the official Sony like ads, and everyone's like, "Damn, they really couldn't find a good reason for people to watch this movie. The selling point is the cast." And they just keep showing her, like it's all her. It's just like Sydney Sweeney moment, like it's, oh my god, it's insane.
Yeah, they're definitely trying to get a bit out of Sydney Sweeney being there.
Yeah, but, for sure.
Yeah, her acting
Not good.
is kind of weird in that movie. Like when I think about it, like she's acting as, okay, so she's a teenage girl.
It's like a nerd.
Kinda, yeah, but she doesn't have any confidence at all. And so you can kind of like see it. And so she's very timid when she acts, and it's just kind of weird. And it's like, you can tell she's an adult, right? Like,
oh,
not the fact that her face is an adult. I'm just talking about like body wise. You can tell she's more developed than an actual, like, however old she's supposed to be during that. And so it's like they try to get a bunch of clothes to like
cover everything,
but it's just like, girl, we can just see it. Like it's all just there. Like, but yeah, her acting was kind of weird, because like the other girl, she comes from like a rich family, but like her parents, you know, are off, you know, doing their own thing, because she's like, I always feel like my parents resent me for, you know, having a kid and kind of ruining their plans. And so they kind of go off and do their thing, and they just leave me to live here, but they have money. And so she kind of like gets to do her own thing. And then, so like, she's kind of like, whatever, I'll do this, I'll do that. And then like the other girl's kind of like more independent. She's Hispanic, and her dad got deported back to Mexico. So she's just living by herself. And so it's like, you know, she's just there. And then Sydney Sweeney's character, like her mom and dad got divorced. Her mom went to a psych ward because like she had like a breakdown after the fact, and like her dad got a new family, and it's like, I don't really think that like they want me around. I don't even know if they love me. So she was going to run away and blah, blah, blah. And so it's just like,
they all have a sob story.
Yeah. Essentially, they're all orphans.
They all go. Yeah. Okay.
Which makes sense, because Cassie's also an orphan because her mom dies. And so it's kind of like, it shows her like feeding a cat.
Worlds collide.
Yeah. So, but yeah, the whole Sydney Sweeney thing, like she was okay in it, but still, you can definitely tell she gets her confidence that when she gets her like suit, when she becomes Spider-Woman, because you can tell, because she looks totally different. And yeah.
Damn. So if you were to compare this movie to the Marvels, which one?
The Marvels is way better.
Like by a far stretch.
I'll give the Marvels an 8.
Oh shit.
I think
was that a good movie?
I really enjoyed the Marvels, and I feel like everyone shit on that movie because everyone hates Brie Larson, and everyone hates the fact that like,
okay, well, yeah, that's not fair.
That they don't like Brie Larson. They didn't like the fact that Miss Marvel her TV show was the way it was. Everyone's like, "Oh my god, I hate Disney now because it's so woke." Like, just shut the fuck up.
I thought
Watch
that
it.
show was good.
Like, like
That was a good show.
no one has an agenda that they're trying to push onto you. They're just trying to release content for the shit that we love. But
yeah, people really need to learn how to separate the art from the people. Unless he's a murderer, then fuck. But like, I feel like a lot of it is trivial. I can't see the audience score.
For what?
The Marvels? Honestly, IMDb and Rotten Tomatoes is not that bad. They're both like 62%.
Uh-huh.
Where's
audience score on Rotten Tomatoes gave it 82%.
Not bad.
A 4.1 out of 5 average rating.
Madam Web is 40%. Damn, people really didn't like this movie. All right, let's move on. What's next? Give us some.
Well, first and goal. This segment is first and goal.
First and goal.
Field goal.
60 yards, baby.
60 yards. Never forget, 60 yards. So the Super Bowl happened this past weekend. The Chiefs versus the 49ers. If you didn't know what happened, the Chiefs defeated the 49ers in the Super Bowl. 25-22 in overtime.
OT.
Yeah, so it happened in OT. The thing is that the 49ers did not know the updated rules when it comes to the overtime, because I think either 2 to 3 years ago, hopefully I'm covering my base there, the Chiefs played the Buffalo Bills in the AFC Championship, and the Chiefs beat the Bills in overtime. I think it was like 38-24. Yeah, 38-24 in OT. Or no, actually, when was it?
Sorry, give me 2 seconds. I'll be right back. Do your fact checking.
It was last year. Or 2 years ago? I was in the divisional round.
I've returned.
All right, let me rewind it here. So, yeah, they beat them in OT. Beat the 49ers in overtime this past Super Bowl, because the 49ers didn't necessarily know the new rules, right? So back in 2021, the Kansas City Chiefs defeated the Buffalo Bills in the divisional round 42-36 in overtime. Because of that game, they changed OT rules. Because before, how they used to be is if, like, basically if you end regulation, right, all 4 quarters, and you tie the game, you go into OT, and then it's the first team to score a touchdown wins.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
And so, So essentially what ended up happening was that during that game, it was basically a shootout the entire time. And it was just, score after score after score, Bills and Chiefs back to back to back to back. And they get into OT, the Chiefs, because they have to flip a coin, heads or tails. Whoever wins, they get to choose whether they receive it or kick it. Chiefs win. They want the ball. They go downfield. They score a touchdown. That's it. End of the game. And it was just kind of for that game itself, since it was a shootout at the end of the game, because like in the fourth quarter, the Bills scored a touchdown with 1 minute and 54 seconds to go in the game. And then the Chiefs scored with 1 minute and 2 seconds to go in the game. And then Buffalo scored with 13 seconds to go in the game. And then Kansas City kicked a field goal with 0 seconds to tie it to go into OT. So it's just kind of like bam, 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 bam. And then they go downfield in 4 minutes in OT to win. And it's just like, so yeah. NFL changes the rules to where now each team will basically get a possession unless the first score is a defensive touchdown. So basically, like say if I start the ball, I go to throw a pass, you intercept it and run it for a touchdown. That's a defensive touchdown. That's it. And end of the game.
Oh.
But each team will get a possession basically. So it's like, if I go downfield and score a touchdown, you will then get a chance to also go down the field and score a touchdown.
Okay.
Just so that way it's more of a fair play in OT, especially when it comes to the playoffs. Because like in regular season, at the end of OT regulation, if no one scores or whatever and the quarter ends, you just tie in regular season.
Oh.
But playoffs, there's more implications. So the Chiefs and the 49ers, they've heads or tails, 49er wins, and the 49ers are like, we want the ball. And like Patrick Mahomes was just like, are they serious? Like it's like they wanted the ball, so we'll take it. Because now with these new rules, it's better for you to kick it and be on defense first, so that way you can see exactly what you have to do to win the game. You know what I mean? Like you have more of an advantage. So the 49ers go downfield. It looks like they're about to score a touchdown. They don't. They kick a field goal. And at that point in time, they go up by 3 points. And with that, you basically know it's over because you never want to bet against Patrick Mahomes. Like when I was watching it, the 49ers kicked that field goal and I was like, this game's over. The Chiefs are going to win. Chiefs get the ball and they just go downfield and they score a touchdown.
So they fumbled by wanting the ball first.
The 49ers did, yeah. And they even had like people mic'd up, and one of the players was like, if we go down and field score a touchdown, they get the ball to try to score a touchdown too. They're like, yeah. He's like, I didn't know that. So it's like, what? Yeah. And so there's been like articles like the 49ers never really talked about the OT rules, but the Chiefs had a whole meeting on it like the day before the game. Like if we go into OT, this is what's going to happen, just so that way you guys are aware of everything. And so it's like, yeah, the Chiefs were prepared. Yeah. And so with that, it did almost look like though that we were going to go for the first time into double overtime, because the Chiefs actually scored with only 3 seconds to go in the OT. And so it's like, if they didn't score that, we would go into another OT, which would be crazy because it's never happened before. But, with that, you've already saw the video, but Usher performed at the halftime show. They usually what ends up happening is that the teams that win the Super Bowl, they have like a parade. And so Kansas City already had their parade in Kansas City, which ended horribly because there was a shooting that happened during the parade. At this time, when I read this article, there was no one that was charged yet in the shooting, but about 20 people were hurt ranging from the ages of 8 to 47 years old, and half of the people were actually under the age of 16 that got shot, and one woman has passed away.
Oh no.
Yeah. So no one has been charged, but basically what they do know that what happened is that there was a personal dispute between several people, in which others were wounded. But there was no link to like terrorism or anything like that. It just seemed like it was a spat between people, and then shooting ended up happening, and people were just collateral damage. But yeah, there's I've seen videos of like people tackling the shooters and like waiting for the cops to come, and there was like two guys that just saw the person with the gun and just like took off and like tackled him.
Did I get hurt?
No, they didn't get hurt.
Damn.
I think the guy was like trying to run away, and so like when they saw
the guy that was shooting was trying to run away.
Yeah, I think he like put the gun away and tried to take off running. And when they saw that, they like tackled him, and they said like the gun like popped out of his like sleeve or like his shorts or whatever. But yeah, that happened. So that's sad. So that sucks for that. It sucks for the fact that like they win the Super Bowl and they have this huge celebration and it ended that way.
Yeah, that's why big crowds scare me.
Oh, for sure.
Big crowds are not fun. Like there was a whole incident in Korea where the big crowd and like a bunch of people got trampled. Like a stampede. Dude, stampede's real. It's crazy. Like the force of just like hundreds of people running at you. Like people just, if you fall, you're gone. Yeah.
Because no one's going to help you up. They're going to keep moving.
No. And they're not even going to know, probably. Because they're just running. Well, that sucks.
Yeah.
Sucks for them.
But yeah, that's all I got for first and goal.
First and goal!
Boom.
Bam. I'm thinking maybe for the segments, I do a little graphic pop-up and not like a full screen, but I haven't decided yet.
Oh, like a little half thing?
Yeah.
That was a first and goal? You know what'd be really dope is if it was like both of ours, right? And it just popped up. It said like first and goal, and you see a football kick up, and like yours has like the goalposts, and the football just fucking goes.
Hey yo, dude, that's out of my.
Oh, you know what? I never checked to see, but did you ever do that explosion?
I never did it. I completely forgot. I uploaded it. I was like, fuck, whatever.
I never went back to check.
No, don't check, dude.
Okay. Anyway, well, I got borrowed knowledge in WWE stuff. That's all I have here. WWE stuff real quick. I will say it. The Rock is coming back to wrestle in some way or form.
Part-time.
Well, I guess this segment is between the ropes. Ding, ding, ding.
Between the ropes. Ding, ding, ding.
So Cody Rhodes won the Royal Rumble, which gives him the opportunity to choose the champion that he wants to face at WrestleMania. WrestleMania is like the Super Bowl for wrestling. And so he didn't know who to choose. Seth Rollins is the champion on Raw. Roman Reigns is the champion on SmackDown. Everybody wants him to fight Roman Reigns because last year he also won the Royal Rumble and he chose Roman Reigns, and there was interference and he lost. And Roman Reigns has held the title for way too damn long. He's coming up on 1,300 days as champion.
That guy's fucking huge.
Which one, Roman Reigns?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's massive.
Damn.
So there has been this whole segment on SmackDown to where he was on Raw, Seth Rollins was like, you need to choose me. My championship is, the workman's championship. And they always try to play on the heartstrings of Cody Rhodes because his father passed away, Dusty Rhodes. And he was like he was a wrestler back in the day. And so they like Dusty Rhodes is always like, you know, he's the son of a plumber, and so he was always a workman and stuff like that. So Seth is trying to play those harsh strings, like, you know, this is the workman's title. You know, I've been busting my ass day in and day out, and Roman Reigns isn't even here most of the time anyway. So it's like yada yada yada. Because Roman Reigns, like, he's essentially part time. That's why he's held the title for so long, because like he doesn't show up really, and he's at that point to where it's like he's so big that he doesn't have to show up. You know, he has that special treatment. Seth Rollins is like, you know, choose me. You got to choose me. He's like, you know what? I'll think about it. He goes to SmackDown. Roman Reigns is like, you know, Seth wants him to choose him, but you know what? He should just go ahead because that's the number 2 title anyway. He's like, everybody that's vying for that title, I defeated them anyway, so that's definitely the number 2 title. That's where he belongs. And he's like, this is the title. And Cody Rhodes comes out and he's like talking. He's like, you know, I don't know who to choose, and you know, I have been talking to a lot of people and getting counsel with people. And there's one person that knows you very well. And then it's like, if you smell, The Rock's music comes out, right? And The Rock comes walking down, and he like shakes Cody Rhodes' hand. They like hug, and Cody Rhodes looks sad, and he's just like, you know, and he walks away. And so everyone at that point is like, Cody Rhodes just gave his main event to The Rock, and now it's gonna be The Rock versus Roman Reigns, and everyone was hating on it. Because everyone's like, we want Cody Rhodes to finish the story. Because like for 2 years, it's been this huge thing for Cody Rhodes to finish the story, right? His story. He has to finish it. The title is his story. He's never held the WWE title. His dad's never held the WWE title. His dad won like the world heavyweight title at one point, and then they took it away from him. And so it's like the story. You got to finish the story, you know? And Cody, before The Rock comes out, tells tells Roman Reigns that he tells him that, you know, that title, I do want that title, and I'm going to take everything from you, but I got to move, you know, my aspirations, you know, sooner, or, you know, like my goalpost closer. And that's when he like calls out The Rock, and The Rock comes out. So,
okay,
they're having a press conference the next week on a Thursday. This happens on Friday, so it's like the next week. They're having a press conference to kick off the road to WrestleMania. The Rock's going to be there. Roman's going to be there. Seth Rollins, Cody Rhodes, and then there's some female stars, Bianca Belair, Becky Lynch, and mommy, Rhea Ripley. She's going to be there as well. Yeah, they call her, like, that's her thing. It's mommy. Because
what's her name? Sorry,
her name is Rhea Ripley.
I feel like I've seen her.
RHEA Ripley. She wears like all black. Really?
Yeah, this person. Yeah.
I've
seen her.
And so, press conference happens, right? Leading up to this entire week, everyone is hating the fact that that's happening. I mean, The Rock's daughter is getting death threats online. Whoa. Because everyone's thinking that The Rock is taking Cody's spot, and people fucking hate it. That Thursday, Pat McAfee, who was a punter in the NFL, he's retired now. He has his own podcast, which I've kind of talked about, like how he had his own podcast, and now he has his podcast as a show on ESPN.
Oh, yeah.
Pat McAfee show. Now he's also a commentator on Raw full time, and so he's also in the WWE.
Oh shit!
Yeah, and so The Rock shows up on the Pat McAfee show that Thursday morning, and like, you know, he's trying to play into the conference, and he's talking about like the Cody crybabies. He's like, oh, they want him to finish the story, blah blah blah, and he's like for every for every like one chicken nugget, they're shoving another chicken nugget up their ass, and it's like, he's going into this whole like it sounds like he's turning heel, right? Yeah. And so he calls them the Cody crybabies, and then the conference ends up happening, and Roman Reigns comes out. It's towards the end of the conference, and he's talking about how like Cody can't make the decision, so he'll make this. So it's like now it's up to me to make the decision, and he's like, now I get to choose who I get to face at WrestleMania. And Seth Rollins is like, that's not what you're supposed to do. Like that's not how it works. He's like, it is how it works. Like, shut up, someone get this bum out of here. This is basically like telling that to Seth Rollins. Okay. And so Roman's like, I choose to face The Rock at WrestleMania. And so The Rock comes out, and they're like, oh, you know, they give a whole speech, and The Rock talks about like the family tree, and he brings up a picture of the bloodline, and it's like Roman's family, The Rock's family, and how it's all together, and it shows like who's been wrestlers and whatnot, and he's like, you know, the bloodline runs through the WWE. He's like, you know, and it's kind of like playing into the heel. Like if you don't like that, you deal with it. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And at one point he's like, whoa, whoa, whoa. He's like, wait a minute. And then you just hear Cody come out. He's like, this is bullshit. And he's like, you don't get to choose who to face. He's like, I won the Royal Rumble. I get the right to choose. And he's like, so I roll the Royal Rumble. I'm sorry, at WrestleMania, I choose to face you. And so Cody chooses Roman Reigns, which then we don't know what's going to happen with The Rock now, right? And then it comes down to it to where Roman Reigns talks crap about Dusty Rhodes, his dad, right? His dad passed away, and he's like, nobody cares about you. You're irrelevant, just like your father. That's what he says.
Oh, shit.
And Cody's like, well, you know, The Rock brought, you know, a picture of the bloodline up here. He's like, if your grandfather, he's like, if your grandfather was still alive, he's like, and he points at The Rock. He's like, you know, if the High Chief was still alive, he would see you as a disgrace. And he told that to Roman Reigns. And then it's like they have like a standoff, and then coming into the camera, you just see The Rock just come up, and he's like, when you talk about his family, you talk about my family. When you talk about his blood, he's like, my blood. And he gets into it. He's like, my blood. And it's like, when you talk about his ancestors, they're my ancestors. And then he fucking smacks Cody Rhodes.
Oh.
And then the shit goes down, and like they're trying to keep him out. And he's like, keep fucking talking about my family. He's like, we're gonna shut your mouth. And like The Rock is getting into it. And Seth Rollins is like, you can't do that. And he's like, you can't be doing that. She's like, we could do whatever the fuck we want to do, and blah, blah. He's like, I don't care if you're on the board of directors. He's like, you still can't do that shit. He's like, what the hell? He's like, get out of here. He's like, we'll do what we want. And so that's how it ended, which was crazy, because it's just like The Rock is heel. Now he's a bad guy, which is crazy to think about. Which they did a good job, because if they were going to have the match actually be Roman versus The Rock, that would just get booed out of the arena. No one's going to care about that match. But now that The Rock is a villain, they can kind of play it a little bit more. And as it shows, like backstage, Triple H is like the chief content officer. He used to be a wrestler back in the day. He's having an interview, and The Rock comes by, and he like tells him, like, that was out of line. He tells The Rock, he's like, that was out of line. He was like, no, it wasn't. He's like, have him talk about my family again. He's like, I'll smack him again. He's like, what does he say? And they bleed it out. He's like, have him fucking talk about our family again, and I'll smack the shit out of him. And he's like, and he walks away. He's like, I'll knock the fucking teeth out of his mouth. That's what he said.
Damn.
As he walks away, and yeah, that's how it ends. And there wasn't really much. There was a promo from Cody Rhodes this past Monday, but this Friday, tomorrow, Roman Reigns and The Rock are going to show up to talk about the match. So we'll see what happens. There's one more pay-per-view before the WrestleMania. There's the Elimination Chamber that's going to happen next month in Perth, Australia.
Okay.
Or later on this month, actually, maybe. And then in April is going to be WrestleMania.
Damn.
Yeah.
That's a good build-up.
Yeah,
I guess those press conferences are very important.
Yes. First time I've ever seen one of them before. So I was like, okay, that's dope. So yeah, this is the road to WrestleMania has begun. And so they're going to have, since Cody Rhodes chose Roman Reigns as his opponent for WrestleMania, they're gonna have an Elimination Chamber match at the Elimination Chamber pay-per-view to see who will face Seth Rollins at WrestleMania.
Okay.
Yeah,
That'll be hype.
And then the women are gonna do the exact same thing because Bayley won the Royal Rumble for the women's division, and she chose Io Sky, who was like a part of her group.
Okay.
But they always like made fun of her, which is funny how she like called her out because like she also had to choose who she wanted to face, Rhea Ripley or Io Sky, and she was like, you know, or I can choose the people that, you know, who I thought were my friends who weren't really my friends. And there's like 3 girls. It's Io Sky, Asuka, and Kairi Sane, and I think they're all Japanese, and they would like talk behind Bayley's back in Japanese. And so it's like Bayley was like, yeah, or I can just choose someone that, you know, that I thought was my friend. And then she's like, are you guys done? Are you guys done laughing at me? And then she talks to them in Japanese. And there was like, he's like, yeah, that's Japanese. She's like, I know everything that you guys said about me. It's just like, damn, all right. But yeah, so they're going to have a women's elimination chamber match to see who will face Rhea Ripley at WrestleMania. And then Rhea Ripley's also having a match against Nia Jax at Elimination Chamber. So that'll be interesting.
Damn.
Yeah. That's all I know so
crazy.
far. There might be some other things, but that's all I know so far about that. Yeah, it's going to be interesting. You going to watch WrestleMania with me or what?
You stream it, I'll watch it.
It's 2 days. So
like
it
goes on for 2 days?
Yeah, so there's day 1 on Saturday and day 2 on Sunday.
Well, I can't watch Sunday.
Call out, dude. That's WrestleMania.
I might. I think, yeah, I don't know. They're like, you can either go or stay. I haven't decided, but
it's in April, so you got time to like.
Oh, it's in April.
In April, yeah.
Oh, I thought it was like this weekend.
Oh no, Elimination Chamber is the next pay-per-view, but that's on a Saturday.
Shit. Like early April?
Elimination Chamber is February 24th, so next Saturday, the Elimination Chamber, and WrestleMania.
That was this weekend, bro.
Is April 6th and April 7th.
Oh, shit. I might be able to.
Yeah.
It's like a few days before my birthday.
Yeah, we can watch that. We can try. We can also watch it live and do put live TikToks up.
Like, oh shit!
Like how those I've seen some people do it. There's this guy named Santi. He watches. I don't know how he does it. He watches live, and then literally after the segment is done or whatever's happening, he cuts it and posts it on TikTok. And he has like the video down there at the bottom and everything.
Yeah, I don't know.
So think of it like essentially like me cut out like this, and at the bottom here is the video of what happened on Raw or SmackDown or whatever, and it's just there, and he posts it to TikTok.
Damn, and that's while the whole thing is happening.
Yeah,
you could probably get away with it as long as you're not posting the whole thing.
Yeah, I think probably because just clips, right?
Yeah, I think it's the YouTube's rule is like first 15 seconds of anything you can have rights to.
Oh, I think I don't know if he posts it. It's on TikTok. He does it like immediately. So.
I think clips are fine. I don't think people care about clips. Okay, because it's already happened, obviously.
But yeah, that's between the ropes that I got. When it comes, ding 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 ding. You want to take away borrowed knowledge? I feel like I've just gone through like 3 segments.
That's your segment, bro.
All right, we'll play a game. Play a game.
All right,
and then we'll do borrowed knowledge. So the game is I saw it on TikTok, and it's to where we gotta be in sync, and we gotta come up with the words. We gotta come up with the exact same word.
Okay,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm talking about?
I know what you're talking about, but is it just like random words? How are we gonna?
We context.
Gotta.
Well, no, there's no context. We just gotta look at each other and we gotta think of one word, and then we say the one word. And then once we get that, then it's like, okay, you said this, I said this. Okay, now this word. And it's just like we try to stack on what we say.
Yeah.
All right, Cross.
Oh shit.
Look at me.
Oh shit.
All right.
I'm looking.
I know. We gotta.
So the first word that comes into your mind.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. 1, 2, 3. Computer.
D&D.
Okay. Computer and D&D. Okay, I got a word.
I also have a word.
Computer and D&D. Okay. 3, 2, 1. Streaming.
PC. Damn. Getting closer.
Yeah. We're getting closer. Okay. Streaming.
I have the next word.
PC. Okay. 3, 2, 1. OBS.
Twitch. Motherfucker. OBS. Oh my god. Yeah, you're right.
Okay. I said OBS. You said Twitch.
Doesn't get any closer than that.
No, but we got to come up with the exact same word, though.
I know. OBS and Twitch?
Yeah. OBS and Twitch. Okay. Fuck, no. Can we do it? So we already said streaming.
I have one.
Okay,
Yeah.
OBS and Twitch. Okay. You count this down this time because I feel like I say it too fast compared to when you say it.
3, 2, 1. Viewers.
Streamer. Dang it.
It's in the same rhyme.
We're there. Okay. I said streamer, you said viewers.
I got one.
Streamer, viewers. Okay. Count it down.
3, 2, 1.
Chat.
Subs.
Damn
Fuck, man.
Okay. We're getting close. Okay. Chat. You said subs?
Yeah, I don't.
Come on, Cross.
Dude, I don't have another word that comes closer than that. Okay, I have one.
Chat and subs. Okay.
3, 2, 1. Mods. I was gonna say bits, so this is too close.
Mods. Okay. Mods and bits. Okay, I have one now.
I have one too.
This is it. This is it. I feel like we're here.
Shit.
We're here. This is it, Cross.
All right.
We got it. All right.
3, 2, 1.
VIPs.
Yes.
We did it. All right.
How many was that? Fucking 15?
I don't know, but it's funny how we just stayed around streaming. We stayed around streaming in Twitch.
Yeah.
Right.
What was our first word?
You said D&D and I said computer.
Yeah. PC, OBS.
Yeah. Oh, that was good.
We're closer now.
VIP. That's funny. Next time we'll have you and Squiddy do it.
Oh shit, we're not on the same let me tell you.
Let's see.
All right, I have one thing. It's just quick. It's not even gonna be a segment. It's just gonna be recommendation. I don't know if I did it in the past, so I probably didn't. All right. It's based around D&D, so it'll lead nicely into borrowed knowledge. It's a D&D campaign called Sword AF, and it's a homebrew campaign by Smosh Games. Mm-hmm. I've already explained what Smosh is. It's just a big skit media group, and then they branched out to Smosh Games. You can kind of tell, like Smosh Games, they play games. And yeah, this campaign is composed of 4 cast members and 1 DM, so I guess that's 5 cast members, and they're all just like comedy skit actors, improv actors, just a bunch of people that has done comedy and acting. And it's an 8-hour campaign in total, so it's not quite like Dimension 20 or any of the mainstream ones that you watch that are like 80 hours long. Yeah, it's just an easy watch. To give a quick synopsis, the premise is that you're in a land where heroes are needed to fend off, like demon lords and dark creatures. But that period is over and heroes are no longer needed. So these 4 like ex-heroes are trying to find their place in the world and trying to find like jobs. So some heroes turn mercenaries, some do like delivery service, and some like just are depressed because they're not heroes anymore. But yeah, I mean, it's not at the caliber of Dimension 20 because like it's their first time playing. But I mean, if you like role playing, it's very role play heavy, and they're good actors. So it's just an easy watch. It's 8 hours, so you can probably watch it in a day, like 30-40 minute episodes. So yeah, that's the recommendation.
I'll check it out.
D&D.
Yeah, I'll have to check it out because I have to wait on these new episodes with my fiance. So
yeah, Squid is deep in Dimension 20 or whatever he's watching. Yeah,
Dimension 20.
Yeah,
he's already seen 2 full campaigns so far.
It's crazy, and they're so long too.
You should try it.
I'm gonna watch the Smosh one because I still haven't gone through it.
Oh, okay.
So when I'm done with that, I'll ease into it.
Yeah, just you don't have to pay for it yet. You can just go.
It's on YouTube, right? Yeah, I'll watch it on YouTube.
Fancy High. Well, that's cool. I gotta check it out. All right.
Borrowed knowledge.
Yeah, exactly. Yes, borrowed knowledge. Again, this is our D&D segment where we talk about anything and all D&D, really, and a little bit about our campaign that's currently going on.
Yup.
Talked about it before. We are currently doing Tomb of Annihilation. We reached Omu for the first time, and now we're starting to explore it. We saved a man named. Oh, I should have wrote down his name.
I don't remember, but he's like a
Ozark,
guide, right?
Ozark. He's a transcribe.
A transcribe person for the Red Mage.
Yeah, God, what was his name?
I don't know. It's not Ozark. That's a show.
Yeah, it's like Ovric.
It's something O.
Ovrix. But he's a translator and a scribe. It was someone with an H and a transcribe. Anyway,
I don't remember.
Yeah, we saved him from some rubble after we found their camp overrun by Yuan Ti as well as dead red wizards. And now we are trying to find a place to lay low because we also had ran into some Yuan Ti before we got to that place. We killed 3 of them out of the 5 that found us, which most likely they saw us coming in because they came up from behind us. So there's probably like some cave or something that was in the cliffside that we didn't see, and they were just watching us the whole time.
Yeah,
which most likely
slither holes.
Yeah, which is probably why Ravine had me roll that perception check, and I failed it, and so I didn't see where that hole was. But yeah, we started noticing there's shrines now that I guess have those blocks that we have to get all 9 blocks to find the Temple of the Old Gods, which I think if anything, we need to just go through and circle which shrines we think, which buildings we think are shrines, and then just like go straight for them. Yeah. Which I do think where that outpost where we saved that dude at, there was that like water area.
Yeah, I did see that. I was going to explore it, and then we just left.
I think that's a shrine, and I feel
Yeah.
like once we do this one here, we should go there and see what that water is, because that water is out of place.
It really is.
Yeah. But yeah, what was your thoughts of Omu so far?
I mean, there's a lot of fighting from just like being there initially. I think Oma's a cool place. It's like been hyped up since we heard about it, and now that we're here, I think that was a really good first episode. It's just funny that like Squiddy, one of our players, he has such good like attributes for certain roles, like stealth and just roles in general. But when it matters the most, he crit fails in every situation. Like the golem, the golem scene, crit failed. I didn't expect him to crit fail. That's how he went down. And then he like crit failed like acrobatics or athletics, and he tripped and inhaled the blue mist. So you're gonna talk for and then he crit failed again, and he made like a gong sound noise, and it like attracted what do they attract, like fucking snake tigers?
Yeah,
like
they're called
like guardians of the gods.
Kama something.
Yeah, Kamadas or whatever.
Kamada, yeah, something along those lines. But yeah, it's just crazy because he has like a +10 to his stealth.
I know, and he crit
fails. He crit fails, and he still hits an 11.
Yeah, because he has +10. So,
but
what is he like? What is he in stealth? He's a master, like
he's probably expertise. Because there's proficient and then expertise. And he's
that gives him +10. That's crazy.
Well, because you have to add your dexterity
modifiers,
and then he probably gets his proficiency bonus. He gets that doubled most likely, and so
oh shit,
yeah,
so
like
it's 4 + 6.
Because he gets +4 from his dex, and then 6 from the proficiency doubled.
Oh damn! And you can still fail.
You can still fail. But yeah, that was crazy that ended up happening, and and then he tries to hide in a tree and he nat 20s, but then
because Ravine said he's like, I'm gonna periodically do
the Commandant.
Commandant. He's gonna keep like periodically do perception checks until he crits, and then he crit on the first roll. Like it's crazy. Like it feels scripted, but it's just like that's his luck, I guess.
Yeah. But luckily enough, we got to him. Well, he got sleeping gassed.
He could have died.
He could have died. But that sleeping gas though kind of sucks for the Commandant, because it's like the Commandant obviously would want to attack him, but it's like the moment like it puts him to sleep, and the moment that he gets attacked, he gets woken up. Yeah. And the Commandant does multi-attack.
Yeah, but it's a free hit, right?
The first hit, and then the second hit is just like a regular roll.
Oh, okay. But it's also double, right?
Advantage.
Or advantage, yeah. It's guaranteed crit or just guaranteed advantage?
I think both.
Oh, shit. Their attacks weren't that strong. I was so scared.
Yeah.
They looked so, like, scary, but they weren't rolling that high.
Yeah, we were able to kill it pretty well.
I think it was just the sleeping gas. That was its, like, selling point.
Yeah.
Yeah, the was cool.
I'm about to say, Seth got hit pretty hard when I wasn't paying attention. I didn't cast shield when I should have.
Yeah. No, Wrath missed out on a good first episode.
He never even asked how I did as this character.
He'll probably ask Saturday.
How'd you think I did as Seth?
It was good. Some parts, like I was like, damn, I think it felt like Wrath was playing him.
Mm-hmm.
But it was good. It was good. I think you followed to T.
Yeah, I was able to. And the thing is, I didn't have his sheet, so I didn't know anything of Wrath's stuff.
Yeah.
I just knew he had shield.
Yeah, the shield.
The first time he got attacked, I was like, shield. He was like, what? I was like, shield. He's like, you're going to use a shield? Like, no, I'm going to cast the ability shield. That's all I knew the spells that he had. And I was like, so I wanted to ask how many spell slots he had, so that way I know how many times I could cast shield. But yeah, it was kind of nice having two fighters to play as, because I can strategically place each other. Yeah, I can strategically place each other, and then it's just like bam, bam, bam. Because that first fight with the Yuan T, I just had us lined up next to each other, and then we just kind of like, yeah. So that was good, and then you got to use what was that Hadar spell?
Hunger of Hadar. That's a good spell.
Yeah, that was a long time coming. You've been looking for that tentacle for a long time.
I know. Yeah, it's like the polar opposite of Guardian Angel, or what is it, Spirit Guardian?
Oh yeah.
It sucks because if you go on it, you get fucked too. That's the only downside. But I mean, shit, it clears a big space.
Yeah, and they get disadvantage, so that's good. 1 second.
Yeah, I feel like Omu's gonna be like, obviously, like our peak of the campaign.
Yeah, I think it's where we're gonna spend the majority of our time.
Everything's gonna kind of piece together, so that's good.
Yeah, I'm interested in what happens. I mean, Undrill's probably gonna die, and I gotta figure out. Because like, also too, is like he could easily kill her off now. Yeah, because he never brought her with us when we were fighting the Commandants. Yeah, and I was like, even without Undrill, and he was like, oh, where was she? Hey, but he gave us the XP for only 5 of us, so that
was good.
That is more XP.
Yeah.
Or for the 4 of us, right? I would like to get Sun back into it, but he got school, and then now he has practice. Because I feel like having a druid there would be nice to have those little extra spells.
Yeah. Druid would be nice. But shit.
He just gave up on us.
Yeah, he has too much going on. He's got too much.
Yeah.
Plus, it's a lot of catching up, telling him everything.
Yeah, with that, I mean, I guess it's not the fact that he has school and all that stuff, because it's on a Saturday. It's just the fact that he had to go to his cousin's house.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm excited to see what happens next with Omu. We just barely got a little taste of it, and we're not fighting anymore, right? We're going into the shrine.
Yeah, we just finished killing the Commandants or whatever, and then we ended it there.
Yeah.
And now we get to go to the shrine.
It's gonna be interesting.
Yeah, should be good.
Yeah. I
want to fight the Red Wizards.
You really?
Not really. They probably have crazy fire attacks. I think that's where I'd get fucked up, because they have a bunch of ranged attacks.
Oh, and they can just attack you from afar.
They probably have like 100 feet range.
Yeah, I wish I had the feet Mage Slayer, so that way, like, whenever they like do a spell, I can teleport to them and attack them.
Yeah, this is where I think I probably should have gotten Counterspell, because they say Counterspell on Warlock is really good, and I just haven't been getting it.
You don't have it?
I don't have Counterspell. I could get it because I never got it.
Oh, but you can like add it to your spell list, right?
I could, but I haven't done it yet.
Oh, well,
I might do it, because you can do it every long rest, right?
Yeah, every time you long rest, you can change your spells out.
I just don't know what to like take out. I might get rid of. Yeah, I don't know. I hate that I have fucking mage armor. I don't even need it, but it's just part of my.
Is that a cantrip?
It's not a cantrip, but it's like innate.
Oh,
it's like an invocation, I think, and it adds mage armor. So that's when
Oh yeah, you don't want to use it.
Yeah, that's when I like didn't know what I was doing when I was creating my character.
You're like, I cast mage armor. It's like, why?
Yeah, it's like I already have armor. But I can do it to other people, but like everyone who doesn't have armor, like
who isn't wearing armor,
yeah. So I don't know. I feel like mage armor is super useless.
I mean, it's good for a sorcerer, but
it is. But we don't have a sorcerer.
Yeah, you're right.
We did,
and then he killed him off.
Yep.
Well, yeah, that's all I have for borrowed knowledge. You can close that book.
Yep. Boom.
But yeah, I think that's it for this podcast, huh?
Yeah.
We got through a lot today.
Segment heavy. I like it.
Yeah.
Easy to edit.
Well, thank you guys for watching. We do appreciate it. If you're watching on YouTube, make sure to hit that follow button. If you haven't already, you can say I liked it. Thumbs up the video. Spotify, we're on Spotify. He just said we're on Google Podcasts again. And I think we're on another podcast.
We're also on Anchor FM itself. That's where you distribute the podcast, but they also have a platform for where you can grow. So you can watch it on their website. I don't think a lot of people do. Actually, people do. That's where people leave comments.
Oh, snap. For real? Okay.
Yeah, just one. That hate comment.
I hate content. Son of a gun. All right. Well, we'll leave you guys with that. Thank you guys again so much. We do appreciate it. Hopefully you had a good Valentine's Day. If not, you know what? Just, yeah.
Sucks to suck. we're all taken.
Hey, and if you're not, you know what? You'll have a time when you will be. So
just take yourself.
Exactly. Just hug yourself.
Yeah.
Until then, you guys have yourself a good night, a good day, a good afternoon, good morning, whenever it is when you watch this. And we'll see you guys again next time.
Bye. Peace out.